What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10. So, we back from Miami, and everybody's just trying to get back to doing what they need to be doing and the way things need to be moving. So, we see that the ladies of Reasonably Shady are planning a live podcast. I don't think that's a bad idea. Listen, I ain't crazy about Gisele and Robin, and I promise y'all I have not listened to the podcast, but it seems pretty popular. They have over 1 million downloads. Why not have a live show? I remember the live show. I didn't go. The tickets were a little pricey because I was going to go just to be nosy. I ain't going to lie. But I remember when I looked at the tickets, they were a bit pricey. I don't remember the prices, but I know it was more than what I was willing to pay at the time to go see them. But they had it. I saw the stuff on the Instagram and stuff. It looked like they had a good time. Anyway, so then they get to talking about Candiace and Wendy and how Wendy in her drunken state was nice to Robin. Listen. What we're not going to do is blow this whole situation up. Do I think that Wendy owed Robin any types of apologies? Hell to the no. But I also understand that Wendy was like, listen, we were friends once. I want to get back in a good space. I don't know how we got here, but for my part, can we just move forward? They end up having a conversation again later on in the episode where Wendy isn't drunk and she sort of reiterates what she was saying in the moment. Now, then they talk about Candiace and they were like, what you mad about, Candiace? Because you actually said it. Why you mad? Because you get on Instagram and you talk trash about us. Why you mad about us bringing it to your attention? Again, I'm going to repeat what I said last week. The whole live, she does come back around and say who she talking about, okay? And she's not talking about everybody. But whatever, child. Again, we'll get to that conversation in a minute. Candiace, congratulations, Candiace. She did graduate. She has her MBA from Howard University. Candiace is now a dual-degreed black woman. So listen, black girl magic, and I'm not mad at you. And for like Candiace or you don't like Candiace, what you can't do is deny the fact that Candiace managed to finish a graduate school program while, you know, doing music and touring and going to the studio while filming a reality show. You know, all of these things she managed to do, and you can't do nothing but congratulate that. Like, you don't have to like Candiace, but baby, you can't poo-poo on that. You cannot. So congratulations to you, Candiace. And she is having a graduation party, which you absolutely should do. Celebrate your greatness, love. Celebrate the greatness. Child, Dorothy coming. She done went and picked Dorothy up from the airport. And what she said was, you know, what I have learned to do in my old age, not old age, Candiace ain't old, but what I have learned to do in my growth, probably through therapy, is I had a vision of what my relationship with my mother should be. And where I am now is I have accepted who my mother is and what our relationship is. So it is what it is, right? My mother is who she is. It is what it is. And I just have to accept it where it is. Her period is late. So she is thinking that maybe she is a preggers. Maybe she is, you know, getting ready to welcome, you know, a new somebody. But unfortunately, later on, we find out that the test did come back negative, but she is still moving forward with harvesting her eggs. So look, again, I think TV and television have given us an unrealistic view of what childbirth looks like for mothers, or even conception. It's not that easy, you know, and there's a lot of steps for a lot of women. And thank God with modern medicine, we have options. We have more options now. So again, congratulations to you, Candiace, girl. Kern is meeting with her associate, what's the white boy's name, Matt, and they are planning a live meet and greet for Kern. Now, the producers tried to be shady and insinuate that Kern decided to have this night with the Grand Dame because she found out that Reasonably Shady was doing their live show. And that may very well have been something going along. And again, I remember when Kern did this. I think I was out of town the weekend that she was having this event, because she actually had it, and I was going to go. Because I actually knew people who was there, like VIP people who was there. And I was going to try to get the VIP experience. But I was out of town that weekend. I believe that she was having this event. Um, but, you know, child, Karen is being Karen, okay? Karen is being Karen, so she's having her live event too, honey. So then we see Ashley go and visit Uncle Lump Lump, and she talks about the fact that she got into an argument with Michael as she was walking out the door. Michael said, I'm going to take Dean, you take, was it Dean and Dylan? And they end up getting in an argument, and she said that Dean was like, stop yelling. Now, Dean is only, what, 3 years old? 3 or 4 years old? That's a sad state of affairs that the 4-year-old is jumping in between the two of y'all and asking y'all to stop yelling at each other. That's sad. And I really hate to hear that and hate to see it. And Ashley had a real honest conversation with her family, and she admitted, listen, I'm afraid of doing this by myself. I'm afraid of being alone. I'm afraid of being a single parent and being responsible for these 2 boys. Like, I'm afraid. And I think that's real. You know, we've been giving what's her name? Ashley, a lot of flack about, we've been giving her a lot of flack about this situation, about being, with this divorce. But I think that's real to say, listen, maybe I'm going back and forth with Michael. Maybe I'm not moving the way I should be moving. Because at the end of the day, I am afraid of going down this road by myself, right? So that was real. And her family was there to let her know, girl, you're not by yourself. And she was like, no, but I am. Like, y'all are here to support me, but y'all ain't in my house every day. Like, I am. I'm alone. Candiace and Robin. First of all, Candiace and Robin, they met up at a restaurant that, it's funny because I literally just went to this restaurant like maybe a week or so ago. It's like a wine bar slash, like, they have like tapas type food or whatever. And it was cool. It was really cool. What we found out though is that Robin's hairdresser slash friend lost her sister and brother-in-law in a really bad car accident. I remember this happening. They were a very popular couple. They knew a lot of people. I have a lot of mutual friends with them. This was a big story here in my area. They lived in the same city that I live in. They had kids who were in high school. And this was a big story because they were so popular and because it was so tragic that the mother and father died and left their kids, and the community came together. They raised a lot of money for the kids, and I remember family members took the kids. It was a lot. It was a big story, and I didn't realize that Robin was 1 degree of separation. She knew these people, and she's very, very upset when they first get to the restaurant. I'm assuming they must have just happened. So her and Candiace kind of have a moment about that. And then her and Candiace talk, and Candiace apologizes for the live and what she said. And Robin, they talk it out. And Robin was like, yeah, because I had your back. Like with the whole Gisele thing, like I had your back. I told you that I didn't agree with what Gisele was doing. I didn't think that Chris had done anything wrong. And so they had their moment, and I guess they made up, child. I don't know. Listen, I don't even know how they got to the point where Robin was mad at Candiace. Like, I don't even know when and where that happened. These people just be mad. They just bipolar as hell. Anyway, Mia, she opened up her clinic in Cathedral Heights, D.C. That's a very upscale area of DC, if I'm being honest. But it is in DC, But, she made it seem like I'm just so happy to be giving back to the city. This is where I was born. This is where I grew up. And this, I'm happy to be able to expand into the city. Now, they gloss over the fact that her husband had a business deal that failed and how this was very important for this location to be successful because they kind of been hitting a little rough patch with the business. Now, we all know that after this, there was a whole situation online where Mia and her husband was sort of pushed out of the company or some mess, child. Mia ain't in charge no more, okay? But she did open up, the little clinic. Congratulations to her, okay? That's the only time we saw Mia this episode, child. So then we see it's the twins' Sweet 16. Gisele has a party for them. Looks like they had like a dinner party. They looked gorgeous. Her oldest daughter looked absolutely gorgeous. Child Jamal was there. She had like an adult area where the adults could go and hang out while the kids were enjoying the dinner and everything. It looked nice. I ain't even gonna take nothing from it. It looked nice. It was at a restaurant on the water. I know that restaurant. The name is escaping me right now. Jamal was there, and she said, listen, me and him have had our ups and downs, but he is always present and accounted for when it comes to the kids, so I can't be mad about it. They gave a little speech. Ashley was there, Gisele was there, Sharice was there. I don't really feel like nothing remarkable happened other than the party. And like I said, the girls were gorgeous. Congratulations. You have two beautiful 16-year-olds that look like they're doing a damn thing, you know. But that was pretty much about that, child. Anyway. So then we get to Candiace's party. You know, funny that oh no, not funny, they made up. So Robin was invited. Child, they had a snake in their backyard, and they was real calm about it. Like her mama and Candiace were real calm about it, to the point where her mama told me something. I thought you said you weren't inviting Gisele. It was funny, and production was funny because they gonna show the snake and put Gisele's name. But I just feel like I didn't see nobody doing a whole lot of movement. If that had been me, I would have freaking lost my mind if I went in my backyard and saw a big old black snake. They was just a little too. Nope. They was just too calm. I mean, is it me or were they too calm about that snake? Nope. Kern was there. Wendy was there. And Robin. I don't think nobody else was invited, child. So the party was nice. It was a hot day, so they were outside, but they eventually worked their way back in the house. Now, a couple of things went down at the party. Wendy and Robin had their kumbaya moment. Now, Wendy done already tweeted that it don't last long, so I guess we better enjoy it while it lasts. We did have a scene with Wendy and her husband when she was coming back from Chicago. She was a keynote speaker at an LGBTQ type event up there, and she has to have surgery for her kidney stones. Okay, that's really all that came out about that. Anyway, so Chris and Candiace mama are just in a state of you stay out of my way and I stay out of your way. They just coexisting to make it happen, child. Just Candiace pulls Karen aside and says, listen, I said it. I didn't, I honestly, truly, in the moment, did not remember saying it. So I apologize. But I was talking shit about you and Ray and what you be creeping. And I apologize for that. And Karen's thing was, listen, I can appreciate a woman who can take responsibility and say, hey, I did it. She said, well, what was Ashley doing? Was Ashley in it too? And she was like, yeah, Ashley was in it too. She said, okay. She said, I can move on, but I got my good eye on you, Candiace. I'm not going to throw away the friendship, but I got my good eye on you, girl. And I can appreciate that. Candiace was like, look, the producer had to tell her she said it. Because she truly, and I honestly don't, I said it last week, I honestly don't think Candiace remembers saying it. I really don't think Candiace remembers saying it, y'all. But neither here nor there. Those were all of the kumbayas that happened. Now, Ray went to go talk to Chris. And Ray tried to tell Chris that he needed to apologize to Gisele. Like, look, I know you didn't do nothing, like, consciously do anything, but she felt some kind of way, and maybe you should just apologize for that. And Chris was like, I'm not apologizing for nothing, because she's entitled to feel how she feel, but I don't feel like I did anything wrong, and I don't owe her an apology, and I ain't apologizing. And Chris really got mad at Ray for even suggesting / insinuating that he should apologize to Gisele. I can't say I'm mad about that. I understand where he's coming from, Anyway, y'all, that was pretty much the episode. This really was a transition episode. Everybody's back in town, getting, you know, back to what they need to get back to. It looks like next week we might get we're going to get the Reasonably Shady and I don't know, something else I saw in the previews. But anyway, that's pretty much what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.